So the next one in our spy series from Sun Tzu is Converted Spies.
Yeah, I'll just read what he has to say because he actually has a lot more to say on converted spies. So, having converted spies, getting a hold of enemy spies and using them for our own purposes. So, a converted spy, per Sun Tzu, is basically a spy that you found from the enemy in your own ranks.
Mm-hmm.
So, we talked about inward spies. This would be an inward spy who's in your own ranks, so you've figured out, oh, this is a spy. So, if you find a spy in your own ranks, you have two options. You can kill them, or you can convert them.
Yes.
And so Sun Tzu is saying, hey, if you can convert them, this is the best thing, and here's why. He says it's through the information brought by the converted spy that we are able to acquire and employ local and inward spies. So your converted spy knows who on the other side he's working with. So now you have some information on who their spies are. Also, he knows who he was collaborating with in your own ranks, so you might potentially get some more converted spies, or you can use them for doom spies, which we'll cover next time. Or you can just kill them because you can't use them anymore. Mm-hmm. But the nice thing is, it also lets you know who his informants were in your localities. So now you can use your local people and potentially even feed you, locals in your area with false information, so that when other spies are using those same people, they're getting the same information that you want them to have, right?
Yep.
So this is a big deal. So in World War II, we did not want Germany to know exactly where we were going to land in France.
Yes.
And there were I don't remember exactly how many, but 10 different locations. The beaches of Normandy were one location. Mm-hmm. And so what we ended up doing in many ways is we ended up staging fake, not fake landing areas because they owned all of that, but we ended up showing fake areas on British soil of where we could take an entire army from, because it kind of mattered. You don't want to leave from here, sail all the way on around Britain, and then land here, because at any time the German U-boats, which were submarines, could be taking out your people as well.
Yep.
It was really one of those you want to really do the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line type of methodology. Mm-hmm. So we literally created inflatable tanks.
Yes.
And we set up inflatable tanks on the other shores of Britain to make it look like we were massing a mass amount of troops in areas that looked like we were going to hit a different beach. Mm-hmm. And what it did is it didn't cause Germany not to fortify the beaches of Normandy. It just caused them to have to split their attention because they didn't know. Are they going to go this beach, this beach, this beach, or this beach? And there was 4 or 5 different beaches that they could have hit.
They took a lot of forces from Normandy to those other beaches to fortify.
The only reason probably why we could hit Normandy or any of those beaches was if we split them.
The British were masters of that. But also on the flip side, that can hurt you. So there was a fort that the Italians took from the British during World War II. Mm-hmm. And the British didn't necessarily want the fort, but they wanted the land right next to the fort.
Okay.
The next country over. So they kept doing basically counter, basically trying to show the Italians that, hey, we're going to hit here soon. Oh. And it worked so well that the Italians just vacated there and went back to the country that they were trying to hit. Oh. So actually they're trying to fake the enemy worked so well that they fortified the area that they wanted
really
them to
wanted.
leave.
That's hilarious. Okay, so, but the thing is, with the converted spy, you figure out you have a spy in your ranks. Now they know all this information. They can be used. And Sun Tzu also says you should put them in the lap of luxury. You should treat them really well. I'm assuming you would also want to put somebody with them at all times to make sure that they're not double spying you again.
Yes.
But the point of the converted spy is, and this is something maybe you don't really think about, but the nice thing with the converted spy in your RPG is this could be... maybe rescue missions, right? Mm-hmm. So that converted spy still has to keep giving information back to his the country that he was spying for.
Yes.
Right? So let's just say this. There's a couple options on the converted spy. You could have... Basically, converted spy is a double agent.
Yes.
Easiest way to say it. So they belonged to country A, they were spying for country B, and then they got converted back to spying for country A. You could do a little bit more convoluted. They could be a member of country A, spying for country B, and country C determines that they're a spy and then uses that information to get information from both B and A.
Yes.
So there's a lot of convolution you can do with it, but let's just keep it simple. What you can do with it is simply that spy who has a lot of information, a lot of trust, could get captured by the enemy because they could realize, wait a minute, you're a double agent.
Mm-hmm.
So now you might have to do a rescue mission to go find that double agent, right? You could do another thing where that double agent is, they're the one providing most of the information for your players for whatever reason, right? Could be the corporate stuff, could be a country stuff, could be just one or two one-off jobs that kind of coalesce into something larger. And that is the same person who's been giving you really good jobs all the way through. I remember this line in the X-Files, and this is what I want to say here, which is kind of fun. So a lie is best told between two truths.
Yes.
Like a sandwich. And so what you could do is you could have your converted spy keep telling truth after truth after truth, and then your players trust and like and appreciate the converted spy because it's like, well, he's gotten us through like 6 jobs already. Of course we're going to trust him.
And every single piece of his information has been correct.
Pretty accurate. Like anything that was incorrect it could be summed up to like changing of a guard or last minute decision by somebody else. It's not like huge, like you were saying the last episode. It's like, well, you told me the doors were on the south side of the building and those were like heavily fortified. And in reality, the secret door was on like the east side of the building. So
yep.
You're a little untrustworthy.
Oh, hey, the safe that we're trying to hit was on a different floor.
Yeah.
But these guys were also very, very alert. And
yeah, they knew we were coming.
Because of certain things that happened that were out of this guy's control, they heightened their guard and moved the safe.
Sure.
How can he...
Then that's fine, right? Yeah. You have like, okay, that makes sense. But so the point is, then what happens is on the 7th mission, or the X number of mission, that converted spy... double agents against you.
Yep. That information that he gave you actually leads you into a death trap that you guys are able to get out barely or something like that.
Maybe you don't, right? Maybe that's for now. I mean, that's up to you. But the cool part about this is you can use these converted spies as, gaining your trust. But the thing you have to remember is they were spying against you until you caught them. And then all you did was you sweetened the pot, right? But how did you do it? Typically with some sort of force and like a carrot and a stick, right? Yes. Well, so at what point does he not always think it's just time for me to, like, there's always going to be a moment where I should be able to leave, And so you could have it where that person, after so many missions, now double crosses your players. We have a whole thing on double crossing in one of our episodes, but what you want to do with the double cross is you want to get the command and the respect and the trust to then remove it. Now the nice thing is you've already kind of foreshadowed it because this guy is presented to you as somebody who we've converted. He's a double agent, right? He's now spying for us, which meant that he wasn't spying for us at some time. I mean, even just the line, well, this is Joe and he's now spying for us, and you're like, wait, so who was he spying for before? Oh, well, for our enemy. Oh, but now he's on our side. Well, yeah. Okay. And then you go in warily, and so you don't actually drop any kind of thing until you've gained the player's trust. So like, oh, well, Joe is on our side. Everything's fine. Yep. Well, Joe's just been lying in wait. Like, I need to get back to that country.
Yep. Basically, you wait until they forget that he used to be a former enemy spy.
And then... Exactly. So that's how you could use a converted spy in your game. So next time we're going to cover Doom Spies, which are kind of fun. We'll see you next time.